So my thought is this car is not for everyday hardworking car enthusiasts anymore. It is truly now a supercar that comes with supercar prices that can be afforded by the rich. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, my name is Marish Pillai. In this channel, we talk about money, all things, but for today, we're going to talk about C8 Corvette Z06 pricing. Yes, you heard it right. C8 Z06 pricing and the market sentiments. So if you're out of office or out of work, just get a drink. Stay tuned. I know it's Fridays. So if you want to grab a beer or some whiskey, whatever you're into, stay tuned. I'm in CorvetteBlogger.com, and the article states, pricing for 2023 Corvette Z06 is officially announced. Starting MSRP is $106,395. And it goes on to say, the Z06 Coupe will have 3 trims, 1LZ, 2LZ, and 3LZ. We kind of expected that was going to be the case, right? But the pricing on that is as follows. 1LZ, 106, 395, 2LZ, 115, 595. You know, that's a big jump. 3LZ, 120, 245. And the convertibles is going to have the 1LZ, 2LZ, and 3LZ as well. And the pricing on those are 113, 895 for the 1LZ, 122, 595 for the 2LZ, and $127,000, 245, 127, 245 for the 3LZ. And the article also states that the Z07 package, performance package, will add another $89.95 to the price, so $9 grand cha-ching. And that will include the FE7 suspension, Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, Michelin Pilot Cup 2R ZP tires, and the wheels. That's another component that we were waiting on for the price. If you want to get the Z06 carbon flash metallic wheels, that's $99.95, 10 grand. Visible carbon fiber wheels priced at $11,995, that's 12 grand, right? That's going to remove 41 pounds of unsprung mass. You can pay 12 grand for that. So they also did some math to get the most expensive trim, right? So it's going to be a convertible 3LZ trim with Z07 package and carbon fiber wheels, right? And if you get all those options, the price comes out to be $158,730. $158,730. No, that's before dealer markups, all those. And apart from this, there's also a gas guzzler tax that's going to be between $5 grand to $6 grand. We don't know the exact price on it yet, just because the miles per gallon is low. And I'm just kind of shook. I'll be honest with y'all. I did not see this coming, because to give you a point of reference, right? So the C7 Corvette, the base around maybe like 55, 60, and the Z06 were like 89, 90, right? So there's a $30,000 difference. Now, when you talk about C8, it's completely different. So the base started C8 Z06 at 60 grand, and the Z06 starts at $106,000. So close to, let's say 110, that's almost double the price. That's a little bit high than what people were expecting, than what I was expecting. To be honest with y'all, I'm a little bit taken back with the pricing, but it's still great value for what you get, considering what else is in the market that can produce this much power, that can rev up to 8,500 RPM, almost like a race car sound, right? So here are my thoughts. So the first thing that came to my mind is inflation is really happening. So GM, I think they're trying to cope up with inflation, supply chain issues. Of course, their cost is not the same anymore to make the car compared to 2 years before, 3 years before, right? because across the board, there's close to 8 to 10% inflation, and it's going to affect every industry, and it's just a matter of time before it affects the GM or Corvette brand, right? So that's number one. And number two, the high price means GM gets to pocket more money that the dealerships would have otherwise got with respect to ADM, right? About the market, about MSRP and stuff like that, because it's still going to be a very high demanding car. And a lot of people are willing to be throwing all the money out there, to get this in the first 6 months, it's going to be crazy, right? So instead of a dealership pocketing 50 grand or 100 grand, whatnot, right? Let's say if the price was 90 grand, the dealership would mark it up to 150 or 200. You never know, right? So GM wants some of that money, So number three, let's talk about final price out the door, right? So just because this car is priced between 110 to 160, it does not mean people are still going to be okay with paying over MSRP, and the dealerships are guaranteed going to charge a lot of over sticker prices, right? Now we're talking Z06, it's going to be between 50 to 100K, and at least for the first couple years. And I anticipate $100,000 plus or $75,000 to $100,000 plus over sticker for all the first year models. That's just my prediction given the demand and all these things going on, So now we're talking about pushing out the price from 160. So after over sticker charges and all those, it's going to be between 200 to 225 or more, right? Now that's a totally different class. And so my thought is this car is not for everyday hardworking car enthusiasts anymore. It is truly now a supercar that comes with supercar prices that can be afforded by the rich. This can be attained now only by the elite and the people who are in the supercar market, because the prices are in that range. So now let's talk about my decision. Has the pricing changed my decision if I'm going to get the Z06 or not? And my thoughts on it is still no. And the pricing has just confirmed my decision. And I feel confident in my decision now after seeing the prices because of two reasons. So the first thing is you can achieve the look. I'm talking from a cosmetic standpoint, by adding a lot of aftermarket parts, like the aftermarket Z06 spoiler is going to be available soon, and the wheels are already available, so you can get a base or a convertible C8 and make it look like a Z06 cosmetically, a lot cheaper than the Z06 itself. Number two, if you want to add performance, you can add a twin turbo kit and do a lot of performance mods at a cheaper price to bring the horsepower higher to compete with the Z06. It may not, the caveat is it may not still sound like the C8 Z06, but you can achieve both cosmetic and performance upgrades through these aftermarket parts and bring it closer to the Z06. So those are my thoughts. Again, I'm not saying C8 Z06 is a bad value proposition. It's still a great value for the money for what you get. So these are just my thoughts, and when I'm ready in a few years to blow 200K on a car, I'm gonna have more options. This has made the market even more competitive. So instead of getting a C8 Z06, I might get a Lambo Huracan or a Ferrari 458. Those are some of my dream cars, and at some point I would get those. So competitively, pricing wise, it's almost similar now. So those are my thoughts. I appreciate y'all watching the video. If y'all enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.